but
Hmm.
the
I
other
think it
place.
was Lobby. Was it? It was like behind the other building.
I went to two places. So there was a place in College Park, and then there was another place. But
Mhm.
okay, here
The
we go.
other
Let's
place.
get this started.
What?
All right, everyone. I'm just here with an old student. She's like a daughter to me. She is beautiful inside and out. So forgive us for, the little chattering you heard at the beginning. We had to catch up because it's been a couple of years, right?
It
Um,
has.
yes, yes. So I want to welcome the amazing model, actress, entrepreneur, beautiful spirit inside and out, Jamilah Muhammad to Leading Ladies. Jamilah,
Wow, thank
welcome.
you. Love that introduction. I'm gonna need you to introduce me every time.
Girl, I need to add more to that because you are that phenomenal, Jamilah.
You, Miss Pearl. I love you so much. And I want to give you your flowers for even not only helping me, but just helping so many girls around the world. I'm talking Florida, Atlanta, Haiti, just so many women and empowering women and being this light, being this pearl, being the mother pearl. I just want to thank you and give you your flowers.
Oh, thank you so much, Jamilah. Don't start making me cry at the beginning of the interview because we go back and at the time that Jamilah was attending our academy, it was just really an open space. I think sometimes through time and through the years, things change, but I just remember how open we all were with our feelings, with all of our transitions that we were going through. So that was such a beautiful time. So let me get into this. So our leading lady series, Jamilah. So as you know, you attended the academy. Our academy is focused on modeling, leadership, and entrepreneurship. So I felt like I was putting a lot of focus on modeling, Jamilah, but not enough focus on entrepreneurship and maybe talent that is going into an entrepreneurship space. So I know that you just created a movement and called Empower Her. Is that
Her
correct?
evolution.
Her Evolution, excuse me, Her Evolution. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how you started Her Evolution, what it's about, what's your platform?
Absolutely. So first, I want to backtrack a little bit because I believe that when I went to Pearl School of Modeling, we learned a lot about entrepreneurship. And even now, whenever I hear someone talk about an elevator speech or elevator pitch, I instantly think about you. And since I started Her Evolution, I bring along like a lot of the knowledge that you have taught us. So Her Evolution is basically it's really a platform. We also have a few products. I'm still working on getting some more, but I decided to create this little community for women. And it's not really necessarily only for women, but just basically for women to learn more about self care, self empowerment, health, wellness, all the great things and how to operate at the highest version of yourself. Because that's something I'm learning right now. And that's something I've gotten a lot of knowledge from coming up in the industry. And I thought it would be very cool to just start my own little community of women or whoever wants to join me on this journey because I like to call myself a student of life. We're constantly learning, never stop learning. So I was like, why not, bring on some sisters and some brothers to join me. So I first started by launching my 2024 self-care planner. Basically, one of the things I found very challenging in my everyday life was having a set schedule and being on time for certain things, and time management is so very important. And also not being able to focus. When you have a lot of things going on, it's very hard to focus and stay on track and know what you have to do. But whenever you write it on paper and you see it and make it plain, it becomes very easy. So that's why I started that planner. That planner has everything from you can write your own notes, journaling. It has some self-care, a 30-day self-care challenge. We have it's filled with so many amazing things, calendars, money trackers, all of the things that you need to start and create your new life.
Okay, awesome. So I know you have a Instagram page that is out for Her Evolution. If they wanted to follow you on there, would that be a good place for them to start?
Yes, so I'm still working on building that right now. If you go to my Uh-oh. Oh, yes. Right now, if you go to my personal page, Jamilah, Jamilahc Muhammad, yes. Um, everything really comes on there first. And then I posted on her evolution. I haven't been that active on her evolution because I'm still finding out the direction I want to go with it, especially with the new year 2025 coming up. But yes, I still do post on there, but everything mainly goes to my personal page first.
Mhm. And I must congratulate you, Jamilah. You are slaying on this page, honey. Girl,
Thank you.
Sanjori, and who else?
Yes.
Jasmine, we be talking about you, be like, yep, Jamilah is straight slaying. She is straight slaying.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what I wanted to comment on with her evolution is I think it's a very important space that you're creating, Jamilah, because when you are an entertainer, an entrepreneur, or just a human being, you have to create that safe space, protecting your dreams by goal setting, having a relationship with yourself, with your book, with your journal. So I think what you're doing is something amazing. And you all, Jamilah is an amazing spirit. So if you're looking for someone to follow or a group to connect with, you heard it from me. I highly recommend it. Yes.
I also wanted to mention one more thing I just added on to the Her Evolution branch. So last month I started something called the Hot Girl Walk Summer Group. It's gonna turn more into a fall group only because I am currently working on a project, so I wasn't able to, do the Hot Girl Walks as often. But if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, please follow me. There's a whole group chat filled with amazing ladies. Till this day, we still go out, hang out, get dressed up, of all ages, especially for the 18 and plus club. But yes, just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM if you want to join the group, and I'll be more than happy to add you. We love going to each other's events and things like that. So
I think that's really cool. Okay, so I know you are an actress as well, and I was trying to remember, Jamilah, did we meet on the set of Black Panther or did we meet prior to that?
we met prior to that. I don't think, did we run into each other on Black Panther? I think we did
I
two different
remember
scenes.
I remember meeting you at Black Panther because we were all sitting in the back or at least talking to you and your mom. But I just don't remember if
Yes.
that was the first time we met or if we met prior to that.
No, so I was thinking about this last night. We actually met, I can't remember what expo it was, but we met at some expo, and I still have our very first picture together. It was a while ago. I think I was about maybe 10 years old, and I didn't start working with you until about 12. So that was probably about 2 years prior.
My
But
God. Oh,
yes.
okay, okay. So, Black Panther, you are an actress. Tell me, about your acting. What inspired you to become an actress?
So, ever since I was a very young girl, I'm talking 2 years old, you can ask my mother. I've always enjoyed the spotlight. And originally, I wanted to be a singer. Unfortunately, I can't really sing. I could hold a little note, but that's not my best skill. But I've always saw myself in the spotlight. I always saw myself, just enjoying that energy. And my first time on set, it was on Star, the show Star by Lee Daniels.
Mhm.
Um, I fell in love with it. I
Mhm.
absolutely fell in love with it. It was a feeling so undescribable. I to this day I can't even describe the feeling I get from being on set. Just seeing the actors, seeing the camera work, seeing everything just all come together, and then seeing the final product on actual television. I can't even explain the feeling. And honestly, I started to cry my first day leaving set, and my mom took note of that, and she was like,
Oh my
wow,
God.
you must really enjoy this. And I was like, yeah, I must really enjoy this. So I started just auditioning and doing more stuff within the acting community. And that's where I realized like this is what I want to do. This is my lane. This is it. This is a love that I cannot describe that I've gotten. I never had that feeling before. And that's how I knew that this is what I want to do and this is what I will do.
Wow, that's so beautifully put and said. I know when I'm on stage, I get this feeling too, and I can't put it into
Yeah.
words. except that I feel like I belong there. It's a very natural space
Right?
for me.
If
So
acting was a person, that'll be my soulmate,
I
literally.
got you. I got you. I got you.
Literally.
Okay, so let's talk about your acting career. Well, you told me about your first role. It was on Stars, and you know how you felt about that experience. Who's been your biggest influence or role model in the industry?
Whew. That is That's a layered question because I have so many. I also really enjoy modeling as well. Those two are like hand in hand. Acting may be just a
That's
little
what
bit,
I was gonna say. I didn't know they were okay. It's just a little bit
just a
okay.
little bit higher.
Okay.
But honestly, Viola Davis.
Hmm.
And the reason why I say Viola Davis, and probably about a year ago, I really, really fell in love with her. Now, it started off with me watching her on screen. Now, really, the film that got me was Fences. Her performance in Fences took me, I was like, wow, mind blown. And even when I saw her doing that role, I realized how much more work I have to put in to even come close to that because she is an amazing woman. And after I read her book, I can't remember the name. After I read her book about the story of her life and her coming up in the industry and how did she make it, I was just like, wow, this lady, that I relate with her so much. Just hearing her struggles, hearing how she continued to pursue her dreams even while life was knocking her down constantly. Viola Davis, that's the one for me. Yeah,
You're making me want to read the book, Jamila. It
have
seems like
to.
a must read.
Honestly, I read it twice, and it might just be my favorite book. Might just be my favorite book. Besides the Four Agreements,
Oh, the Four Agreements. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So you mentioned modeling. What is it that you like about modeling? What attracted you to the modeling space?
I'm such a girly girl. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm really a girly girl. And honestly, when I was younger, I wasn't a girly girl at all. But I've always enjoyed playing dress up and posing in front of the camera. So, like
Mm,
I was saying, there's this energy I get from being on set with acting. I get that same energy whenever I'm in front of like a professional camera. I don't know what it is. I get that same energy. And I'm very spiritual. Okay. I love God, all of those good things. I'm very big on energy. And when I feel something, it's just like I just gravitate towards it. So the more I started working and modeling and, doing all types of modeling, print, runway, seeing how everything works and seeing how everything comes together, because I not only enjoy being on stage and being in front of the camera, I also enjoy being behind the scenes, watching the designers work, watching the show coordinators do their thing. It's just something that I love. It's just something that I truly love. And I feel like whenever you love something and you know that you feel a certain way about something, you should go with your first mind. You should go where God is leading you to. And I prayed about all of this. I prayed if this is the right path that I'm on, and God has revealed to me multiple times. Anytime that I doubt myself, he shows me that this is the path that I'm supposed to be on. So I'm just going to continue to walk on this path.
amen to that. Because Lord knows, I be like, God, is this
It's
it? God.
hard.
And God
It's
is like, yes,
hard,
it is. This is it. This is
right?
what I'm supposed to be doing.
And I
Um,
tried other things and it just does
yeah,
not. No, it's
yeah.
like, no, ma'am.
And that's the thing too. I try to move into other spaces, and it's like, no, mm-mm. Here's where you need to be. I will provide. Here you go. Don't
And he
worry
always
about it.
provides.
Always.
Always.
As soon as I'm ready to jump ship, here you go. Don't worry about it. You good. And he's like, huh, okay. So what has been some of your favorite memories at the school?
Oh, I say this all the time, but honestly, the sisterhood. One thing I have always struggled with is making female friends. Okay. And this past year I went through something very heartbreaking, very, I wouldn't say traumatic because that's, but something very different and new for me. And I realized how important it is to have sisterhood, how important it is to have friendships. And Pearl School of Modeling is actually one of the things that inspired me to do her evolution and create this group of women, beautiful, powerful women who want the same, not necessarily the same thing as you, but want the same energy around themselves as you would for yourself. So the sisterhood, I still speak to my sisters and I have not seen them in about what, 5, 6 years. And it's like, we're like this. I've seen Sanjori maybe about 2 years ago at a fashion show. Our faces just light up when we see each other. It's just like, oh my gosh, how are you doing? And it's constant
Mm.
support from each other all the time on social media, with our businesses, everything. The sisterhood is everything.
No, it is. And then I realized as the mother, sometimes I need my daughters because I'll get tired sometimes. You know how I was telling you earlier, life is beating me up. Sometimes I need to call y'all so I can hear, you all's energy because I had a lot of energy to give back then, but now I'm realizing, okay, it's my turn to kind of call you all to hear what's going on in your world.
And you know what, Miss Pearl? A lot of times, I feel like even as real life mothers who have like daughters, kids, all of that, sometimes you all forget that energy is supposed to be reciprocated in a way, meaning you spent many, many years giving to us, giving your all to us, giving your resources to us, giving to us. Now it may be your time to take a step back and let us give to you, let us help you. So, even girl, my phone is on all the time. It may be on do not disturb, but I'm going to see it. You know, it may be that time for you to just have your daughters because we're grown now, we're older now. So it may be that time for you to call us up. Shoot, I'll hop on a flight, get some
Mhm.
food, whatever. It may be that time for you to just take a step back and relax.
Yes, girl. I think it is. I think it is. Okay. So, speaking on us having doubt, and I know this may be like a challenging question, but when somebody's going through a hard time, what are some of the things that you do to bring you back in? So we talked about maybe spirit or God saying no, but what are some of the things you do to keep yourself motivated?
Everything. Okay, I really have two things, right? And they're all spiritual because, like I said, I'm a very spiritual person, and that's the only way. Well, not the only way, but those are the main two ways that I find myself coming back down and being grounded. Prayer, always. I had a session last night where I was just crying on my flow, just letting it all out, in meditation every morning, every night, because I believe that everything starts up here, right? So whatever it is that you want to do in life, if you're not right up here, everything else is not going to fall in line. You got to be in line with yourself. That includes journaling, taking walks, hot girl walks, eating correctly, because what you put in your body, it's very important. It affects everything, whether you know it or not. Not saying you have to eat healthy, but certain things, take notes of what's making you feel a certain type of way. I noticed I attempted to go vegan for a month. It was more like 3 weeks, but I noticed how my mental changed. All of those wonderful things. So just little things that are very important that we overlook a lot of times. So prayer, meditation, journaling, watching what I eat, going to the gym, watching what plays on my TV, what music I listen to. Don't get me wrong. I like to turn up a little bit, but not all the time. Not all the time.
No, yep. So paying attention to your environment and what you're putting in your environment,
Mhm.
um, to help you stay positive and
The
stay
company
focused.
you keep,
The
everything, all
company,
of that matters.
yep. The five people you surround yourself, you're the average of the five people you surround yourself.
Mhm.
Okay. So what's been your most challenging role to date and why?
Okay. This was more of an independent film, I guess you can say. So Miss Cassandra Green, we're talking about acting, correct?
Yes, we're talking about acting. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So about a few years ago when I was 12 years old, Miss Cassandra Green, she's also another influential person in my life who helped me more so on the acting side. She hosted an event for awareness of domestic violence and sexual abuse. I'm not going to go too much into her story, but those are some of the things she dealt with. And a lot of the audience members were victims of those things as well. And she had me play a certain role. I wouldn't say had me because she didn't force me to do it, but it was something that I love a challenge. And it was something that I found challenging, being that I did witness domestic violence within my parents' situation when I was younger, and I still remember a lot of it. But those are certain subjects that I don't like to touch on too much, only because it puts me in a dark place. But I thought God gave me this opportunity. Let me take it. Let me see, what I can make out of it. She had me play a young girl who's being sexually abused by her father. And it was just very, very challenging because when touchy things like see, I'm losing track of my words. When topics like that are very touchy, you have to play them correctly because of who's watching. And this was a live, I guess you can say play. It was a live performance. So everybody's staring at me. I'm like, I don't want to mess up. I want to make sure I deliver this character correctly how I'm supposed to. And for over a month, she trained me on what she went through and how she dealt with it and how she came out of it, because the story was basically her story. So that was very challenging only because I wanted to make sure I did my job correctly and I delivered the message correctly while still being young. And because it was a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie, it was a little uncomfortable, but I think I did a pretty good job. Everyone said I did a very great job and it made me a little nervous. That was the first real dramatic role that I played in my career. So I feel like that set me up for greatness in the long run.
No, yeah, we always felt that, at least I did. Students, go ahead and put your name in the chat. I want to go ahead and give you a shout out. I see you tuned in. Welcome to Leading Ladies. We're here with the amazing Jamilah Muhammad. So go ahead and put your name in the chat so that I can go ahead and give you a shout out. And as Jamilah was saying, she has her hot girl walks, all of these different things. So you want to follow her. We have about 6 minutes left on the platform. If you have any questions for Jamilah, please drop them in the chat. This is your sister. She might have graduated years ago, but she is still your sister. So you have access to her.
Miss
Oh,
Carol, we need to do like a Pro School of Modeling reunion.
yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we
We need
do.
to set that up.
Yes, we do. You're in charge, Jamilah. I'm putting you
Oh.
in charge right now. Everybody watching, Jamilah is in charge. She said when mom needs a rest and needs to put some energy on
You're
the
right,
daughter,
you're right.
please head that. We actually have an event coming up September 22nd. It's our Leadership
Mhm.
Expo. And we're actually honoring a couple of people. So Jamilah, it would be great maybe if we can do the reunion
Mhm.
during that time. So I'll
Okay.
talk to you offline about it.
Is the expo here?
Yeah, it's here in
Okay,
Atlanta.
okay. Well, I
Hmm.
will be there.
Okay.
Hopefully. I pray to God. But yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. That would be wonderful. Okay, let me just get a few more questions in. Let me see. Let's talk about, oh my goodness. How do you handle the pressure and scrutiny when it comes to being in the public's eye?
Whew. Oh goodness. It's
That's a big one for everybody, right? Like,
it's so difficult.
mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's top two, not two. One of the hardest parts of my career is being in the public's eye constantly. Like I said, I started when I was 12. I'm 20 now. I did not say that earlier, but I am 20 now. Um, when you start off young and you're this bubbly spirit who
Mm-hmm.
you just give Disney kid, that's how everybody sees you for the rest of your life. So when you start to grow up and you start to mature and you start to become a woman and just be more in your adulthood, it's very challenging for everyone to take that in. Okay. Um, it's just difficult. It's honestly irritating, and I had to learn how not to be irritated by it. A lot of people don't, I don't think they understand how adulthood works, and they are adults. A lot of people are always like, "Oh, you're flying here," always asking about my mom, or "Oh, you're driving now," or "Oh, you're wearing crop tops, this, that, and the third." I'm like, I'm 20 years old. Even with being in a public relationship, that was very difficult because everybody's all in your business, especially with somebody of that person's caliber. It's like everybody's just in your business. And honestly, I'm a very open but private person. I love to keep certain things private. It's I can't even explain it. It's just very difficult. I'm learning not to take it too hard because everybody just does their own thing, and nobody really cares about what you do. Nobody's opinion really matters, but it's just difficult sometimes hearing how people just don't want you to grow up. That's the main thing. People do not want you to grow up at all.
Then I would imagine even tabloids as you get grow. And hey Kendall, I see you. Amira, I see you, as tabloids as you grow and different tabloids pick up different stories about you,
Mhm.
and they may
Yes.
not be true, those things that come with, being a celebrity or being in the public eye. Um
Mhm.
just a couple of basics. Getting an agent in the acting world, in the modeling world, how did you go about doing that?
So actually, I want to mention something really quickly. You have to want it bad. You have to want it bad. I had this girl 2 days ago, right? I don't even know what this girl looks like. She wanted it bad. She went and did all her research. So IMDb is a very big website for actors. If you could post a lot of your work or different credits and things like that. And also you could find different agencies and directors, things like that, casting directors, the whole nine. She was doing her research on IMDb and she found my personal contact information. Well, actually, my mother's, because hers is linked to the page. And she sent me a text message and she was like, "Hey girl, how did you get an agent?" I was like, "Oh, you want this bad because nobody ever did this before," which I honestly respect it. I really loved it. But I hope this doesn't sound like very cocky or anything. I'm the most humble and genuine person. Miss Pearl, you know me. Um
I know her. She's the sweetest. So don't, whatever she say, don't take it the wrong way. Yes.
I never went through, I guess, necessarily the process of looking for an agency. I'm just now going, I'm just now doing that because I'm trying to get signed overseas. However, agencies prior have always found me. I believe on one of these websites, it's a list of websites that you can market yourself on, and they'll reach out to you. You can audition for them, and they'll either sign you or not sign you. But I do know one way. On these different websites, such as IMDb, I believe Actors Access as well, or even Instagram. Going on Instagram and just finding, different personal contact informations, different business emails. You can always submit yourself that way. You can include your resume, headshots, your work portfolio, whatever it is. And I do know that's one way that you can shop yourself to agencies.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamilah. So, yep, Jamilah was talking about open calls, going online, because sometimes these agents are having these different platforms online for you to
Mhm.
submit. So, Jamilah, it was so awesome connecting with you again. Oh my gosh. And yes, we are doing this reunion September 22nd,
I am
Jamilah.
adding it in my calendar right now. I forget stuff like I'm about 80 years old.
Yes, yes, yes. We definitely need to do this though. And then maybe create an award or something for like,
Mhm.
top alumni, top alum or something like that,
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
also, any of my pro sisters that I have not met who are new to the school, please DM me on Instagram. Okay. DM
and
me
what's
on Instagram. Like I said, I just started a new community for women called Her Evolution. Please, we be meeting up, going out to eat, going to parks. We do a lot of free things. Okay. I love a good deal. So join, connect with me. We'll link up, do something cute, and yeah, we're all sisters.
Yes, we are. All right, Jamilah, you have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining me again. And your sisters have to write a paper on 3 things they learned about you. So I will send that to you next week. You can see how you're resonating, in terms of your communication. All
Yeah.
right, Jamilah, I will see you later.
Thank you. I love you, Miss Pearl. Talk to you later. Bye,
Okay,
sister.
love you too.